It's homecoming for DeMatha Catholic High School, and we are here at the Prince George's Sports and Learning Complex for this homecoming matchup between the DeMatha Stags and the Bishop McNamara Mustangs. I'm Corey Puffett here from DM Stags TV, joined by Eric Meyer and Stephen McDonald, a three-man booth today. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Doing great. Ready for this football game. Excited. The Yankees lost today, so that was great news.
You know what? I quit.
Yeah.
I quit. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. How are you doing, Stephen?
Well, I'm great. I'm happy the Yankees lost as well.
I noticed the Orioles polo, and I was like, yeah, there we go, there we go.
So,
all right, we're already off to a terrible start here this evening. So we are here at the Prince George's Sports and Learning Complex, excited for another big DeMatha game. It's been a few weeks for us. The last home game was not covered by DM Stags TV.
Yeah.
And Eric, it's been quite a while for you.
Yeah,
this is our first home game.
And you bumped me to a new role here, so I was nervous the first game doing play-by-play. Thought I did a pretty good job. Figured, all right, I got a groove going. And now I got to do something else, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But, I'm excited to be here and can't wait.
Yeah, throwing you into the waters. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. Got to do what you got to do.
So the DeMatha Stags have taken the field, getting ready for kickoff here in just a few minutes. We'll see the captains head out to midfield shortly for the coin toss. DeMatha coming into this game 5-1 off a road win, 27-3 last week at Gonzaga. Stephen, what do you think about that game?
oh, that was great. It was a delight to see the misery on I Street for hundreds of people there. It was great. Those tears were like Gatorade. They just make you feel better, and so that's good. And I think we'll have another good game today for the Stags. I think it'll actually be closer than when it was last week. So,
as a faculty member and as alums, we have to be a little bit, more withdrawn on the broadcast. It's nice to have a student's perspective. You can really get into it on that.
What is this? Okay, you as a faculty member, I am not beholden to any of those rules.
Fair point.
I can be just as big of a hater as I want.
that First Amendment's coming in clutch right here.
Oh, absolutely. Gotta have it.
Bishop McNamara, meanwhile, coming into this game 2-5, 0-2 already in WCAC play. DeMatha only has one conference game under their belt so far this year. Last week, McNamara lost versus St. John's 34-13. The week before that, they were playing as Carroll's homecoming opponent. They lost that game 22-12. So we're going to take a short break here for the national anthem. We'll be right back with you. Always nice to hear the rendition of the national anthem by the voices of DeMatha. We missed that the last home game, but we got it back this week. Excited for a really good game here today, gentlemen.
I hope so, yeah.
Who are our keys to watch on offense for the Stags, Stephen?
Tovani. I mean, that's the basic answer. All the Stags need to do today is run the ball. If they don't throw a pass, they still have the ability to win this game.
Well, they certainly did a good job running the ball last week.
Oh, yeah.
Tovani Mizell, you just mentioned, 16 carries for 144 yards and a touchdown against Gonzaga. Bud Coombs had 4 carries for 13 yards and a touchdown. Denzel had 6 carries for 82 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So 3 rushing touchdowns in that game against Gonzaga, along with the 45-yard touchdown strike from Denzel to Christian Tate.
And, why get off that train? It's going fast enough already. You're just going to hurt yourself if you fall off.
Defensively, no shortage of talent for the Stags. Dante Lovett, DeAndre Ricks, and Jason Moore all had interceptions last week. If you can find a video of that Jason Moore interception, That was impressive.
Oh, yeah,
that was
it
a
was.
very athletic play by Jason Moore. Off the offensive line, just tipping the ball up and somehow catching it one-handed as he falls to the ground. That was a really great play. DeAndre Ricks, who we just mentioned, he is out today, as are Noah Vitko and Nate Hampton. So Anthony Jones is going to take Nate Hampton's spot as the starting right guard, but he'll be platooning with Anthony Truman. On the defensive backfield side, Jacob Wallace will get the start at cornerback for DeAndre Ricks. And the long snapper in Noah Vitko's absence will be the quarterback, John Brabazone.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Get JJ some playing time. Wish he could play at quarterback, but that's okay.
So the coin toss is done, and I was not watching, so I do not know who is receiving and who is kicking off. We will find out momentarily.
We're off to a great start here, too.
Oh, absolutely. We're always off to a good start.
Yeah, first roasting you about your team losing, and now not knowing who won the coin toss. This is going great.
Who's doing better in fantasy football this year?
It's called fantasy football for a reason, Corey. You better watch your mouth, because I'm in your division, and I might run you down after you know how it goes when you talk smack.
I do.
Yeah,
It's a free jinx.
It usually catches up to you, so be careful.
That's why so often I do not talk smack. I prefer to have people talk smack to me so that I can turn around on them.
There you go.
All right, so teams are getting their last words in from their coaches. Looks like Father Damien was down there probably leading the Stags in prayer, as he is wont to do before kickoff. And it appears that DeMatha will be kicking off to the Mustangs to start this game. And this is going to be a really fun game trying to figure out who these players are for the Mustangs, because the white on the yellow is not good for my eyesight.
A little tough to tell numbers apart, especially for us old guys in the booth. So it could be an adventure, but we'll do our best.
I can sort of see them when their backs are turned to us, but I cannot see the front numbers at all on their jerseys. So we'll do the best we can.
Corey's a little busy, so the kick is short. It's received around the 12-yard line. Ball carrier takes it to the left, cuts it back, and he's taken down right around the 15.
Swung down hard.
Started out as a good return, and he tried to make something out of it, but just ended up getting swarmed.
That was an interesting play, just because the short kick I feel like always throws off the kick return team.
Yeah.
Because you got to pick it up.
Oh, yeah,
so you absolutely can't just let it roll, but it kind of throws you off because you're expecting the ball to be somewhere around the 5-yard line, and when it goes short like that, things can go haywire. But they did an okay job with it as it is.
So looks like that's number 4, Jaden Queen, who is in at quarterback for the Mustangs. And on the first play of the game, he's just going to pitch it off to the side, and the runner goes nowhere, taken down for a loss.
And nice job by DeMatha setting the edge on that play. A little option pitch. Not fooling DeMatha. Good start to this drive for the defense.
And of course, there was also nowhere to go there for McNamara. So offense not starting off well for them.
Great job setting the edge by the defensive line on that first play. And actually, this is number 17 in at quarterback, TJ Bannister. I think.
Yes,
Again,
it is
it's
number 17.
very okay.
Yeah.
So I can see a little bit. Bannister back to pass, and the pocket collapses quickly on him.
No chance for that play at all. Pass rush got home immediately, and it's 3rd and long now.
It's going to be 3rd, and we'll call it 16 yards to go for the Mustangs.
Jason Moore stand out with the sack.
Ohio State commit.
No surprises here. We've seen him be excellent every single week we've watched him play. He's been great. So I expect more of that tonight as well.
He will definitely be living in the backfield. Mustangs trying to avoid a quick 3 and out to start this game. Bannister takes the snap, looking to pass. He's going to step up and roll out of the pocket, and he's just going to take off and run, but there is not going to be enough space for him to get anywhere close to the sticks, driven out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
A nice effort by him to step up in the pocket and get what he could, but 3rd and 16, just not realistic that you're going to pick that up, especially against this defense. They're too good, and they'll have to punt.
I will say the Stags corners should have seen that a bit quickly. But, I mean, they stayed in coverage. They had good coverage, but they should have realized quarterback was running a lot sooner.
On a 3rd and very long, though, you can really focus on the coverage because you have that space to make sure that you keep them from getting to the sticks. That said, you don't want them to get too close to the sticks. You don't want them getting any ideas of getting cute and going for a 4th down.
Well, maybe you do deep in their own territory, maybe make a huge mistake.
Oh,
that was a very high snap to the punter and a very high short punt.
There.
And the backspin is going to take a DeMatha bounce all the way back to the 35-yard line. So we're going to call that in all about a 13-yard punt for the Mustangs.
Well, there's one bucket list item off the list. I've never seen a 10-yard punt before.
Well, technically you still have it.
Well, yeah, 13, close enough.
Plus or minus 5, we'll count it.
Yeah. We need a John Boy's episode of Scoregami or whatever with that, yeah.
I was actually impressed with the way the McNamara blocked on that with that very high, slow snap. That's something where you could get the punt blocked all day, but DeMatha didn't get home, but doesn't matter because 13-yard punt.
Officially a 14-yard punt to the 36-yard line. That is where the Stags will get set. Denzel Gardner gives the ball to Tovani Mizell, dives ahead for, we'll call it about 5 yards.
Those orange cleats are back.
They sure are.
So.
Looking fresh.
Although in the last game, it wasn't Tovani wearing those. I believe it was Brendan Wyatt.
It was Brendan Wyatt, yeah.
Made it easy to tell them apart. Hopefully they're again wearing different color cleats. Not that helped me last time. Gardner takes the snap, gives it to Mizell again, and this time the pass rush gets home and is effective in the run game, as that was number 5 for McNamara, Austin Palmer.
That was 9, actually. Kamal Stoddard.
Oh, was it 9?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kamal Stoddard actually made the tackle there. Really nice play to take down Mizell for a loss of a yard.
And after 2 runs, we talked about it before the game, wanting to establish the run, pound the rock, but now it's a passing situation, and we'll see what Denzel Gardner can do here.
I want to watch out for Gerald Campbell. He could run a nice comeback route here. He's been very good at that so far this year.
Campbell to the bottom of your screen. Christian Tate split out wide at the top of your screen, and Cody Williams, number 12, in the slot. Mizell in the backfield next to Denzel Gardner. Gardner takes the snap. He is looking toward Campbell, and he is going to let it go. He's got him,
and did
he catch it? That's a touchdown. Gerald Campbell with a great catch in tight coverage and a nice throw by Denzel Gardner.
That was one of Denzel's best throws we've ever seen.
That was a great throw.
Yeah. It was on point. That was a great coverage. The route was run well, as well as you can run a go route.
And maybe McNamara had that comebacker scouted, so he ran a go and
yeah.
beat his man, got to the end zone. Nice throw by Gardner. 6-0 Stags.
Just a perfect play call for that.
Call it a 31-yard touchdown pass. And the extra point by Jackson Peterson is good. Make it 7-0 Stags.
Nice snap there by JJ, his first long snap of his career.
We've seen in the NFL, long snapping is very important.
Oh, yeah.
We watched the Bengals lose a game because they couldn't get any good snaps on their field goals or PATs. So long snappers matter too.
Oh, yeah,
Can't
of course.
Can't sleep on them.
Trey Junkin, the Giants long snapper in the 2003 divisional round between San Francisco and New York. I don't know if you know what game I'm referring to here, but anyways.
Did I tell you or did I tell you?
We were actually alive and sentient and stuff during that game, and I don't know what you're
I do
talking
not remember
about.
that game.
Well, anyways, the Giants made a big comeback in the fourth quarter at Candlestick Park against the 49ers. Junkin had played great as a long snapper throughout the whole game. Last play, the Giants have a field goal to win the game, goes right over the holder's head. And the 49ers win the game after the Giants made a 30-point comeback.
That's absolutely
great history
brutal
lesson.
way to lose.
I actually really appreciate that. I love that.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that game now. Find the tape.
That was also the last game of his career.
Oof.
That's
Yeah.
not a great way to
a
end
heck of a
it.
way to go out.
Yeah.
Kickoff goes through the end zone for Jackson Peterson, and that will give McNamara the ball at the 20-yard line to start their next possession.
From their own 20-yard line, it'll be McNamara first and 10.
we've got a different quarterback in the game now. It looks like Nanoa Miguel, number 12 for McNamara.
And Miguel will give this one off, and there's not a lot of running room. I think he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage as DeMatha's defense swallowed him up.
Yeah, DeMatha's front seven is having no problem getting pressure, getting push. Not a whole lot going on in the run or the pass for McNamara so far.
Second and 9.
Miguel in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers split out wide to the bottom of your screen. Sends one in motion. That's number 2, Wesley Sweeney.
Yeah,
and
zone
Miguel
coverage here.
swallowed
There
up
he goes
in the
again.
backfield. Another sack for the DeMatha defense.
And they had free yards right there too. They could have thrown it to Sweeney and gotten it. And gotten at least 8 yards there.
I believe that was number 34, Cortez Harris, who gets officially credited with that sack. It's a great job by the entire defensive line, though, to collapse McNamara's offensive line. It's a great job of winning in the trenches as we are now set up with a 3rd, and we'll call it 13 yards just about.
Another opportunity for a 3-and-out.
Miguel takes a look at the defense.
Ooh,
Low
low
snap.
snap.
He picks it up, and he escapes the pocket. He's got to throw it away, and he does throw it out of bounds.
Another Houdini act by McNamara's quarterback on 3rd down, but once again, nothing available downfield. They'll have to punt.
McNamara's offensive line is effective as a chocolate fire guard so far today.
He what now?
A chocolate fire. You know those things in front of the fireplace? A chocolate fire guard. That thing is, I mean,
Getting all kinds of good stuff today.
I like that. It'll be 4th down and 13. And another, this one not quite as high, but in the
more
punt,
backspin. Oh, no.
this time the punt actually takes a little bit of a McNamara bounce, but it's going to, again, be excellent field position for DeMatha as the ball rolled out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that was a worse-looking punt, but
yeah.
a better bounce, so equals basically the same situation we had last time. Very short field for DeMatha after a 3-and-out.
Well, we're getting closer to that 10-yard mark.
I think
Sure
we'll
are.
see it by the end of the
yeah.
day, because based on what we're seeing, we're going to see a lot more punts, and we're going to see a lot more, I don't want to say bad punts,
Yeah.
but, you know,
But
short
bad punts.
Yeah.
Short punts. I don't want to be too hostile and negative,
Yeah.
but short punts.
Gardner in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to give it off. It's Tovani Mizell once again, and he's going to be tackled from behind, but he'll carry the tackler forward near the 20-yard line. We'll call it about a 7-yard gain.
DeMatha is doing exactly what they need to do right now. And just run the ball and let the ball move upfield itself.
It was a nice little delayed handoff to kind of get the defense on their heels a bit, and Mizell was able to take advantage of the hole, kind of slipped one tackler for a little bit and gained a nice 1st down gain.
Make it a 6-yard gain as he was actually tackled at 22. Mizell comes off the field for a quick breather as Brendan Wyatt takes that handoff, and he's going to be up near the sticks. I think he's got a 1st down.
Ref signal 1st down, yep.
We got to see Kareem Robinson in there at fullback, number 25. At the end of the, I think it was Friendship Collegiate game, he was doing great in the I formation. I think they should hand the ball off to him more. He's a great battering ram.
I was talking to Coach Marvin earlier today, and he definitely wanted us to show some love to the fullback on this broadcast, and he thought that we might have an opportunity to do so. So Remy
was a
always
great
getting in the
move.
game. And there's Brendan Wyatt. He
Excellent
takes
move.
it all the way down to the end zone, and he is inside the pylon for another DeMatha touchdown.
It's a great cut to get to the outside, and there's nobody home at the 2nd level. 13-0 Stags.
Looks like a 17-yard touchdown run officially for Brendan Wyatt. Tawfiq Bar with the hole. Jackson Peterson puts it up off the upright, and it went through.
Wow.
It went off the left upright and managed to make it through the two uprights.
Bounced
And
sharply.
makes it a 14-0 game for the Stags.
That was a very distinct bounce off the
Yeah,
upright.
he used the backboard almost.
So less than 3 minutes after their first touchdown, DeMatha scores again, makes it 14-0 against Bishop McNamara.
JJ's doing great at long snapper.
He is.
I mean,
2 good snaps, 2 good holds,
Yeah.
2 good field extra points.
Yeah.
Second one maybe a little more adventurous than the
Yeah.
first, but it went through, and that's all that
It
matters.
was, it was challenge mode.
A
you
point
know?
is a point.
You can hit it off the upright and get it to go in.
Nobody's going to see that in the play-by-play after the game.
oh, no.
No, it's a bank shot. You know? It's all good.
Peterson kicks it off, and it's going to be taken in the end zone, or just outside the end zone, so it is returnable.
Oh, big hit.
And a big hit right at the 20-yard line. Maybe should have just let that go through the end zone.
And
Would have
for
had the
his own
same
sake.
result and a lot less painful.
Yes. No chiropractor needed tomorrow if he took the touchback.
I respect the effort, though. McNamara's off to a slow start. Try to maybe flip the momentum a little bit with the big return. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him.
So ball spotted right at the 20-yard line on McNamara's left hash mark. Got a 4 wide receiver set here for the Mustangs. 2 at the top of your screen, 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen. He sends 1 in motion.
Yeah, this is a...
And it's going to be a bit of a quarterback draw. I don't know if that was intended, but it seemed like the receivers were blocking downfield. Not a whole lot there for Noah Miguel.
Yeah, I would have said that would have been a great screen pass to Austin Palmer, who was on the right side. Wide open. It was zone coverage. There was almost no one over there. He could have gotten at least 7-8 yards.
Instead, it's just a 3-yard gain for the Mustangs, but still, that's their best first down gain so far today. It'll
Yeah.
set up 2nd down and 7, see if they can continue getting positive yardage and having positive plays. Miguel takes the snap, pitches after he showed that he was going to run, and that's going to get them near the sticks.
That looks like a first down there.
Well, they're saying keep the clock running. I have not seen a signal for a first down yet. And now it looks like they are moving the chains. So a first down, the first of its kind for the game for the Mustangs.
And that's the second time we've seen them run that option pitch, but I think the quarterback did a little better job of forcing the defense to commit to him before pitching it, and DeMatha wasn't quite ready to cover the edge that time.
Miguel takes the snap, and his running back was not quite ready for it, but managed to make the adjustment, make the catch, and pick up some positive yardage, maybe a yard before he actually ran out of bounds.
That was a good play design. It was executed well by the quarterback, but Gregory Pruitt III just wasn't ready for it. So.
To be fair, he hadn't gotten very far out of the backfield at the time that the ball was released, so it makes sense he wasn't quite ready for it, but he had to get the ball out because DeMatha's defensive line is like that.
Yeah.
That's what pressure does.
3 receivers set to the bottom of your screen, and it is going to be, they were trying to set up a bit of a screenplay to number 2, Wesley Sweeney. Nothing doing as the ball falls incomplete, and we will see a 3rd down and 9.
Might have been better off because of the poor throw. That play was going nowhere anyway.
Well, and there were several defensive players down at that side of the field, and there were only 2 blockers set up from the receiving corps, so he probably would have been swallowed up pretty quickly either way. So we'll see what the Mustangs come out with here on 3rd down. This is their shortest 3rd down attempt of the game. And, a little pitch play.
Handoff there.
That
That's
was
pretty
interesting. Not a whole lot there, though. Maybe picked up 4. It's going to be 3rd down and medium, or 4th down and medium yard to go. Probably about 5 to go.
I like the play call, though. It's creative. It mixes it up a little bit. I mean, I think it's fair to say that McNamara is not going to beat DeMatha on talent.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to, pull all the tricks out of the book and see what works. This time didn't quite get the job done, but relatively speaking, it's one of their more successful plays.
I thought I would get a chance to ask you if you like this play call, as it looked like they were going to keep their offense on the field, but at the last moment, McNamara sends their punt unit out. best snap of the night for them.
Oh, no.
And another short punt, backspin on it, and it is going to bounce way back into DeMatha territory again, and it's going to be down at the 44-yard line. So this is the best job that McNamara has done in the field position battle.
That's not saying much, though. I'm sorry, but
it might also be their worst job with the special teams because like their offense picked up some yardage, but here we are again in plus territory for DeMatha for the third straight drive.
at this point they should just start going for it. I mean, punting is ineffective at this point.
Yeah, it's not worth the effort.
3 wide receiver set. Remy Robinson in the backfield lays down a block as Tovani Mizell gets a running lane and picks up a first down for the Stags past the 30-yard line.
That high snap actually helped a little bit.
I think so too,
because it gets everyone into the backfield, and boom, there's an easy lane to go right down the left side.
Yeah, whenever it looks like something's going awry, defense kind of loses their integrity and just says, ball, 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 go for it, and then suddenly there's a big hole opened up. So good job by DeMatha to take advantage, although preferably keep the snaps at eye level from now on.
Mizell stays in the game. Another high snap to Denzel Gardner, and this time McNamara takes advantage, swarms to the ball, and Gardner is taken down for a loss.
So it only helps sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll call that about a 5-yard loss on the sack, make it second down and just about 15 to go for the Stags. Christian Tate and Cody Williams to the top of your screen. Gerald Campbell caught the earlier touchdown pass down at the bottom of your screen. Mizell and Gardner in the backfield. Gardner looking toward Gerald Campbell again. This time Campbell with a little cutback and the ball off his hands. What did you see there, Steven?
Well, I know that's Campbell's favorite route, but I mean, he should have caught it. Wasn't the best throw in the world, no, but got to catch it. I mean,
Yeah, ball was a little high, but also catchable.
Yeah.
It hit him in the hands.
Yeah.
So we'll have third down and long now for the Stags. Looks like officially 14 to go for DeMatha. And Gardner looking toward Campbell again.
Yeah,
this time it's complete, and Campbell with a great job to push the defender back. He's going to be right there, and it looks like the official is signaling for a first down.
You feel like maybe there's some fear factor there after Campbell burned him on the go route before, so they're kind of giving him that turnaround.
Yeah. But yet again, if you give it to him too much, he'll turn around and then just go.
Also a good point. Or you'll give up a 3rd and 14 when you had a chance to maybe get off the field for the first time today.
Gardner this time will hand off to Mizell again, and a little bit of traffic up front. A good job to sidestep the initial tackler by Mizell, but he doesn't get a whole lot, maybe a yard.
That was a nice job by McNamara's defensive front, getting some push up the middle, sort of forcing Mizell to go that opposite way. Looked like he was more trying to get upfield quicker, but he had no choice. And the rest of the McNamara defense was able to rally to the ball.
And whistles on the field. Maybe a timeout called. Let's see.
I will say Dylan Newman was getting up slowly from that, so it might be for him, for McNamara.
Yep, so yeah, an injured player on the field for Bishop McNamara. So we'll take a short break on the field for him, let him get some medical attention. Hopefully he's okay. Stags will convene near their sideline with their coaching staff. So far, if you're just joining us, the scoring a 31-yard touchdown pass from Denzel Gardner to Gerald Campbell with just under 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, followed by a 17-yard touchdown run by Brendan Wyatt with just over 6 minutes to go in the quarter. No scoring since then, but those account for your 14-0 score here in DeMatha's homecoming matchup with the Bishop McNamara Mustangs.
Corey, when you were in school, did we ever have homecoming on a Friday night?
Well, so the game would be played on a Friday night oftentimes, but the dance itself is on a Saturday.
I always remembered Saturday afternoon games, and then
well, maybe I guess there were some of those. I feel like there had to have been at least one Friday game that we played during that time. High school football has kind of become ubiquitous with Friday nights.
Yeah, of course.
So.
But, yeah. I'm strictly speaking from my limited experience as a student.
So back in action, Gardner looking to the top of your screen this time. I believe that's
good
Christian
route.
Nice
Tate.
job.
Tate lined up on the outside, makes the catch, and picks up a first down for the Stags down inside the 10-yard line. About the 6-yard line is where he was taken down.
Nice route with that quick little hitch and being able to cut inside and get a few extra yards.
The ability to re-accelerate after the catch really made that play work.
Helps when the timing is as good as that was on that pass from Denzel Gardner. Gardner in the shotgun, another high snap. Brandon Smith needs to keep that down a little bit more, but taking that in, and that is Denzel Gardner. He ran for a touchdown last week against Gonzaga. He's done it here today as DeMatha up 20-0 with a chance to make it a 3-touchdown. Well, I mean, it is 3-touchdown lead with a minute 30 to go still in the first quarter.
Well, we might get that running clock today. That might make an appearance sooner or later.
Fired the hold, Peterson the kick, and this one, no doubt about it, right through the middle of the uprights, and it is 21-0 DeMatha.
And that is interesting on that PAT this time. Just conventional, right up the middle. I like it.
I like it better that way too.
I do too, yeah. Keeps the heart rate low.
Before the game, Steven, you were saying that you were hoping for a running clock today. I said, I don't know if that's going to be likely considering neither St. John's or Carroll got a running clock against McNamara over the past 2 weeks. But here we are, a minute 30 left in the first quarter, and we're already 60% of the way there.
Oh, yeah. We're this close. You can feel it almost.
Got to give a little take that to Evan, our other co-host of the Sports Ballers podcast, always giving me grief for having bad math on the show.
I was impressed. You were right on it.
A little bobble return there for McNamara. He picks it up, though, and gets a pretty good gain up near the 25-yard line.
Special teams play of the day for McNamara so far.
Certainly better than their punting game so far. Ball looks like it's going to be placed officially at the 24-yard line for the Mustangs. We'll see if their offense can build on the momentum that they had last drive before they eventually stalled out and had to punt it away again.
At the 23-yard line, that's where the Mustangs will take over at first and 10.
Some of you got the young eyes and the binoculars, Stephen. Is that still number 12 out
that
there?
Is still number 12.
Noah Miguel in the shotgun for McNamara, takes the snap and gets a lane. He's got a man open down the middle of the field. Great job to find number 4. I think that was number 4, Jaden Queen. Yeah, Jaden Queen listed as a quarterback on our roster, but running a really nice route out there, and Miguel did a good job of finding him.
That was a nice play.
I'm surprised he didn't throw to Mason Samuels, but
Yeah, it looked like he almost did a little no-look pass there almost.
Yeah.
Looked like Patrick Mahomes out here without, actually winning games.
that's a big part of it. But
Wow.
Just saying. They're down 21-0.
Handoff here for McNamara, and taking it up pretty near the first down marker. I think that was number 15, Gregory Pruitt the third.
Yeah.
Picked up about, call it 8.5 yards. So it'll be second and just about 2 yards to go here for McNamara, as they are very close to crossing midfield here.
I'm proud of them. It's a big accomplishment for them so far today.
Well, it is only the first quarter. Let's be fair. This isn't LSU Alabama in 2012 where LSU never crossed midfield.
That was a rough game.
That's false start.
Oh, my.
We're going the wrong direction, guys.
Okay.
Yep, a false start for McNamara is going to send them back 5 yards, set up a 2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs.
Jelani McNair jumped. It's our first penalty for the day. Our referee is Mark Cassidy. Our umpire is Brian Jenkins. Linesman is Gregory Crawford. We've got John Price also on the officiating crew today.
Yeah, he's the line judge, and Michael Walker handling the clock today. Miguel, nothing doing, as that is number 9 for the Stags.
Emmett
Laws, yeah. Nice job getting to the backfield, taking down the quarterback for about a yard loss.
I don't love that play call. It's short side option handoff. Not sure what McNamara was looking for there, but DeMatha made the play on it as expected.
And so we will get a timeout here. McNamara going to think this over before going for it on 3rd down and 9. Trying to cross midfield for the first time today, or at the very least, make DeMatha have to cross the 50-yard line for the first time today. DeMatha, 3 touch. Oh, so not a timeout. That was the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
It's kind of a long first quarter.
Well,
Maybe not.
touchdowns
7:30. It's not too bad. So we'll flip sides. Not too far to travel here for either team.
But now they are on that side of the field, so does that count?
No, that does not count, Eric. Nice try, though. I'm sure they appreciate you trying to throw them a bone.
I'm trying to make it work for everybody.
So DeMatha will set up defensively here. McNamara at their own 42-yard line. 3rd down and 8 yards to go as we start the second quarter of play. DeMatha up 21-0. Denzel Gardner has accounted for 2 of DeMatha's scores. And we've gotten Noah Miguel in the shotgun. And was there movement on the offensive line, or is that going to be on Tawfiq Bayard crossing? And it looks like it is going to be encroachment. Tawfiq Bayard crossed the line too early, and that's going to be a free 5 yards to make this 3rd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
Would have been good if he flinched right in the line and got someone to jump.
Yeah, it looked like he flinched just a little bit after he crossed the line. So good job by McNamara to stay disciplined on that play.
Jaden Queen split all the way at the bottom of your screen. One of 3 receivers split out to that side. One up at the top of your screen. And it is going to be a pass to Queen, but incomplete. Almost looked like it was looks like they might be calling that a backward lateral. I didn't think it was backward.
No, I think it was a forward pass, but it was 2 yards beyond where it should have been to hit the receiver. Not a very good throw.
They're officially going to call it a backward lateral, though. So they're going to put McNamara back at about the 43-yard line, make it 4th down and 7, and that is where the Mustangs will have to set up and punt it away.
Oh, I want to see them go for it here.
So this is the first time I actually get a look at the number of the kicker. So this is number 35, Keontae Glenn, who is handling the punting duties for McNamara tonight. High, slow punt. And that's a pretty good punt right there for Keontae Glenn. And it takes a McNamara bounce all the way down to about the 11-yard line.
Well,
wow.
I'm happy I didn't see them go for it for them. But, I mean,
it's a fantastic punt right there for McNamara. And that's going to set up DeMatha way back and give McNamara's defense a chance to get their first stop of the night.
This is also, I think this is important for DeMatha, too, to actually have to go the length of the field for a drive. You know, it's a lot easier when you're being set up consistently with short fields. Your play calling is different. Your aggressiveness is different. Here, it's a matter of beyond just we're trying to score a touchdown. We're also trying to get out of the shadow of our own end zone here. So it'd be nice to see the full playbook for the first time tonight.
And to that end, I believe this is Brendan Wyatt in the backfield for the Stags. I know it's not Tavani Mizell. Wrong shoes.
Yes, wrong shoes. Wyatt's got the blue shoes.
I'm so happy that they did that.
And the handoff is to Brendan Wyatt, who has space off the left side of the line, and he is going to take that all the way up near the 40-yard line. Let's see where they're going to officially mark him out of bounds, as he was carrying defenders along with him.
His acceleration there was key.
There is a flag on the field, though, and that's going to be offensive holding. And DeMatha is going to be backed up even further inside their own 10-yard line instead of what would have been almost a 30-yard gain.
Well, minus the holding, it was a good run.
Yeah, it looked like the tackle managed to grab the guys who were trying to get outside to make the play. Still was probably a big enough hole that it wouldn't have mattered, but sometimes that happens. You got to stay disciplined no matter what. So now DeMatha's backed up even further, but if they can run another play like that minus the holding, it won't be an issue.
Ball is spotted at about the 5.5-yard line. Half the distance to the end zone on that penalty. And Brendan Wyatt, the hole opens up in the middle, and he's got space. He's just going to go ahead and do it again. This time he actually picked up a couple extra yards, I think. The ball may have come out at the end of the run.
He was down.
Yeah.
The referees are ruling move the chains for DeMatha, so
Yeah.
it's like DeMatha's going to retain possession.
I thought he was down too, but he made kind of a quick move to jump back at it. The ball is going to be spotted at the 45-yard line, and DeMatha hurries to the line, not going to allow McNamara a chance to reset after that huge run by Brendan Wyatt. So much speed from
what a
the
block by
DeMatha running
Kareem
back.
Robinson.
A block there, but not a whole lot of room opened up, and only about a yard, maybe two, for the DeMatha running back. That was Brendan Wyatt still on the field.
Yeah, but that block prevented a pretty severe loss on that play, too. It keeps DeMatha at least on schedule, even if they didn't get the big play.
I hope next year Kareem Robinson can be the start. Well, he won't be because Tovani will still be here. But I hope at least 2 years from now, he'll be the starting running back.
2nd down and 8. Gardner gives Wyatt another short gain, another 2 yards.
Maybe McNamara took those 2 big runs personally.
It certainly seems so.
Yeah, this defensive front, the middle of that defensive line has really buttoned it up the last 2 plays, setting up this 3rd down.
Looked like number 7, Dylan Newman, may have been involved in that last tackle for the Mustangs. And we've got 2 receivers split to the bottom of your screen. One to the top here for this 3rd, and we'll call it maybe 7 yards, honestly. So 3rd and long-ish for the Stags. High snap. And the ball is on the turf, and McNamara picks it up, and they are going to return it all the way for a touchdown. A big mistake on the handoff between Gardner and Wyatt. I don't think either one of them expected that the ball was going to be – I think both of them expected the other one to take it. And it wound up on the turf.
I think it's also possible the high snap sort of messed the timing up as well. We've seen a couple of high snaps from DeMatha today, and this one results in a disastrous outcome for them. So it looks like it might be 21-7 at the end of this PAT.
Didn't get a good look at the number. I think it was number 33.
Yeah.
And that would be Jaden Heyman with the fumble return for a touchdown. Call it a 40-yard return by Jaden Heyman. And the Mustangs going for 2.
Pick. No, drop.
And the ball defended, I believe that was that Toffee Byard? I can't see whose number that was.
That did look like Toffee, yeah.
Still can't see whose number that was because he's not turning toward us. Oh, nope, that was number 4. That would be Dante Lovett with the defense on the 2-point conversion.
I do like the play call there, though. I mean, McNamara's got the momentum for now, at least. So why not?
Yeah, if you're going to pull an upset, sometimes you got to be a little extra aggressive. You know, I have no issue with that. And we also have yet to see their place kicking game really. Maybe the first time we'll see it. They haven't kicked off yet this year.
Yeah, no, DeMatha had the opening kickoff, and this will be the first time that we see Keontae Glenn out here to kick off the tee. They elected not to try the extra point attempt with him, instead going for 2. Good defense by Dante Lovett. But it's 21-6 here following a 40-yard fumble return touchdown by Jaden Heyman.
Watch for a possible onside here.
Let's see if Steven is right.
We slowed down. That was
Nope, that will be an actual kickoff. Back to about the 10-yard line. That is where we will see a return and plenty of space. This is Dante Lovett. Dante Lovett has space, and he is gone. Dante Lovett, a 90-yard touchdown return on the kickoff. That is going to put the Stags right back up by 21 with a chance to make it a 22-point lead.
perfect vision by Dante and beautiful blocking by the Stags. Disappointed for McNamara. Markel McFadden just gave up on the play at the end. I mean, you might as well try and tackle him, but.
Well, that momentum didn't last very long.
No.
Looks like a little bit of confusion lining up for the PAT.
Yeah, they're waiting for Anthony Jones to come back out for the extra point attempt. I think the offensive lineman was not ready for a kickoff return touchdown, and now there's a penalty flag out, and that's probably going to be a delay of game. Actually, no. That they called something on McNamara. I
don't know
what that neutral zone infraction.
Is that what that neutral zone infraction usually has your hands on your hips?
Oh, too many men on the field.
Okay, there you go. So McNamara, too many men on the field with the snap imminent.
And DeMatha didn't have enough. So.
Right. There were 22 players on the field. That's all you need, right?
Yeah.
22 players on the field. It doesn't matter how many are in each uniform. So that's going to put the ball at the they haven't moved it. So I guess they're just going to, DeMatha just decided to go ahead and go with the extra point attempt. So Jackson Peterson on Tawfik Byer there to hold. The snap by J.J. Brabazone, and a good hold and a good kick makes it 28-6. DeMatha with a 22-point lead with 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
More than, it's almost like 2 points a minute, I think, is what we're getting so far.
Yeah, a lot of action.
Well, there are only 16 seconds between those last two touchdowns.
Yeah. You don't see that often.
And neither one of them is an offensive touchdown.
No.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hope you had DeMatha's special teams on your fantasy team.
And not Bishop McNamara's, because they would have lost a half point on that fumble and then their own recovery, based on our defensive rules in our fantasy league.
Yes, the one that keeps giving the two of us wins over people, which, as the commissioners of the league, that's not rigged.
Collusion!
Yeah, exactly.
DeMatha will line up, and so it looks like they accepted the penalty, but they accepted it on the kickoff.
Okay.
So DeMatha is going to kick off from the 45-yard line.
Well, that makes more sense. You'd rather have the 5 yards here than just 1 yard on a PAT that you should be able to make pretty much every time anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not like DeMatha has no need to go for 2, even if it's spotted at the 1 yard line. So this is the right call.
So the kickoff by Jackson Peterson, and he's going to put it just shy of the end zone. Another fumble on the return, and this time he is not going to be able to recover. DeMatha takes him down at the 10-yard line.
But what is there to say there? Just couldn't get his hands on the ball.
Tough play.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking as someone who has no chance of ever catching a kickoff, I can't criticize.
Yeah.
Just, hope they do better.
So McNamara will start this drive from their 12. It's just about where DeMatha started their drive that ultimately resulted in a fumble return touchdown for the Mustangs. Miguel looking to pass over the middle of the field, and his receiver lays out for it. They're going to mark that complete.
That was a catch.
It looked like a catch to me too, yeah.
That was a great catch. Couldn't see his number, but that's going to pick up 20 yards up to the 32-yard line.
That was an awkward throw by Miguel. It was sort of half sidearm, half not sidearm, but
20 yards is 20 yards, Steven.
20 yards, yeah, I agree with that.
It's a results-based game, especially at this point.
Mustangs will line up to do it again. A very tight formation here. Miguel looking to throw, but has to pull it back down as the pocket collapsed. In on that play was number 44, Adrian Walker.
He stepped into a pocket that didn't exist anymore, and down he goes.
A little bit low on the snap there. It's funny because the snaps for DeMatha are high, yet snaps for them are low. And then on special teams, high for Bishop McNamara and low for DeMatha. It all evens out.
Well, we haven't seen any special teams. Well, I guess
On the field
the
goal.
PATs,
Yeah.
which you want them to be low, so
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Miguel takes it. And,
battery.
was that Cortez Harris?
Yeah.
Cortez Harris living in the backfield today. The second time we've gotten to call his name. Took Miguel down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like he would have been better off pitching on that one.
Yeah.
It was another option play. He decided to keep it, and nobody home up the middle.
So DeMatha will take the timeout here. Just about halfway through this second quarter of action, and McNamara facing a 3rd and 13 yards to go. DeMatha wants to game plan this defensive stand as they try to get a 3-and-out. Who has stood out to you so far today, Stephen?
Campbell, Gerald Campbell. I think his route running, today he's only ran 2 different routes. He's ran a fly, he's ran a comeback, and both of them have been run to perfection.
Only 1 catch on the comeback routes, but he ran 2 of them, and both of them were really good.
Yeah.
Little bit high on the throw from Gardner and off of Campbell's fingertips on the first one, but then the second one effective, and he managed to bulldoze his way forward for a first down. And, of course, that long 31-yard touchdown catch to get the scoring started here just more than 3 minutes into the first quarter of play. 3rd down and 13 for Bishop McNamara. And Miguel throwing to...
Maybe a miscommunication.
Well, he's got the 5 on number 50. Was
Yeah,
wide open.
looks like he was targeting Austin Palmer, but way wide on that throw and incomplete. We'll see 4th down and long. McNamara had a really good punt their last time out there. We'll see if they can do it again. Looks like we got a little bit of an issue with the scoreboard right now. We had some issues with the scoreboard the last time we had a home game here. We were not covering that game, so you guys have not seen the blank scoreboard on your graphic today, but hopefully we'll get that back up shortly.
Clock is up.
Yeah, still have the clock up, though. And
Well, we missed something. I'm not sure what. Oh, and the scores have returned.
yeah, scores of return, and we did just have a punt by McNamara. And it was another short punt as DeMatha is going to take over. Looks like, is it going to be on their own side of the 50? The referee had to chase down the ball. And yes, it'll be at the 48-yard line.
Got to start going for it. I mean, punting is just...
Well, they had a really good punt the last time, so you want to give them another chance to duplicate that. But,
Yeah, but
maybe
But
that was the
you're also
outlier.
down 22 points.
yeah.
Some music from back when we were in college, Eric.
Let's not age us here, Corey.
Handoff here. I believe that was Mizell. I think I saw the orange cleats down there in the pile. Not a whole lot doing there. And, yes, it was Tovani Mizell. Call it 2-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Stags. Christian Tate splitting out wide to the bottom of your screen. Cody Williams in the slot. Gerald Campbell up at the top of your screen, I believe.
Yep.
I think number 7 is still in there.
That's it.
High snap.
snap.
Gardner looking to
He's
throw.
dead.
He's got to get
Oh,
rid of
he
it. And the
fumbled
ball
again.
is stripped. Couple of pump fakes and just could not get the ball out. And that is going to be the man who just had the fumble return touchdown, Heyman, who managed to recover the fumble. He may have even been the one to strip it out of Gardner's hands. And McNamara will quickly turn the ball over here and take over very close to the 50-yard line.
It looked like Gardner should have just cut his losses once the pocket was collapsing. He tried to keep the play alive and reared back to throw and got the ball stripped from him. In that situation, you're probably better off just taking a sack.
So it looks like there was a penalty on McNamara after the play, and so they're going to mark off 15 yards. So likely an unsportsmanlike conduct of some sort. I didn't see the official call or what happened on the field, but they marked off 15 yards. McNamara is going to have to take over all the way back at the 33-yard line instead of the 48-yard line, but it will be first down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Well, all of McNamara's 6 points are off of turnovers, so
that's true.
you never know.
Of course, the defense was the one to carry it across the goal line last time, but we'll
those
see
are-
if their
those are
offense can
details. Those are
pick it up
details.
here. A handoff, and we have not seen a lot of McNamara's run game here today. Looks like this was number 6 rather, Ben Chandler with the carry. Jason Moore down in that pile making the tackle.
A little bit of a different look from McNamara running a sweep on that one. Times they've run the ball, they've either tried to do option plays or sometimes quarterback scrambles. This was a little bit of a different look and a little bit more success. We'll see if they stick to it.
Yeah, whistles somewhere.
And yep, looks like we're going to have was this a false start?
I don't see a
Oh, no.
flag.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see a flag either, but I saw the official
Scoreboard
waving
is
his
out
arms like
again.
it was a false start. Yeah, so it probably is just they're saying we've got the clock on the field here. Last time we had this the clock but not the scores. This time we have the scores and not the clock. And that pass is going to be dropped out wide. That was number 4, Jaden Queen, who could not haul it in.
It's always important to make sure you have your hands when you're making a catch.
Yeah, it looked like maybe it was a little bit of a slow developing play. Maybe he heard footsteps as the defenders were closing. He took his eye off the ball, turned to look upfield, couldn't corral the ball.
Clock is back in the stadium. Just shy of the 4-minute mark of the second quarter of play. We've got a 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Mustangs. Jaden Queen, last play split out wide to the top of your screen. This time comes down to the bottom of your screen. Nanoa Miguel sends Queen in motion and takes the snap. And now I think there was some confusion over that play. And they're saying that he was down, trying to get back up and keep running. But his knee was already down, and they're going to mark him short of the first down marker by about 2 yards.
I couldn't see whose number it was, but somebody came in from the outside looking to drop the Madden hit stick on the quarterback there.
Yeah, that was Brian Bates.
Yeah, it was, unfortunately he didn't connect and almost could have been a first down if he kept his feet. But
Looks like
no, really?
no. It looked like McNamara is going to go for it. This is still Nanoa Miguel who is on the field. They just decided to switch personnel as far as the receiving core. So Miguel in the shotgun. The official coming in saying, hey, you guys need to hurry up. And it looks like DeMatha calls a timeout. They might have just bailed out McNamara because it seemed like the official was saying, hey, guys, we're about to have a delay of game.
Yeah.
DeMatha instead calls a timeout. And we're going to see what McNamara decides to do here on 4th and 2. Trailing by 22 with 3.5 minutes to go and at their own 41-yard line.
There was zone coverage on the top of your screen there. Let's see, number 10, Mason Samuels. If he could have just ran an inside route, he would have been just fine for Bishop McNamara. Could have been an easy first down.
Yep, it's in there. It'll come off in a second. You got to.
The officials signaling to McNamara they need to break their huddle. They're still over there. And here we go. McNamara sending their offense back onto the field, still planning to go for it here on 4th down. This is Nanoa Miguel in the shotgun at quarterback. Joining him in the backfield is Gregory Pruitt III, number 15. Jaden Queen at the slot near the top of your screen. Sends a man in motion. And now Queen comes in motion, and that is going to be... they're going to call a timeout now. McNamara is going to take their own timeout and think about this some more.
Again, at the top of your screen, Austin Palmer was wide open. DeMatha was playing back, so.
And they only need 2 yards here.
Oh, yeah. It's a free sample of a first down.
Now, Stephen, when you get a free sample, do you then go and buy the product?
No, of course not.
Do you take more than one free sample?
Yes,
though? Of
you
course.
have to take more than one free sample. I mean, they are free. So, I mean, why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
Third time the charm, as McNamara this time is going to send their punt unit out on 4th and 2.
Yep.
Slow
Oh,
snap.
there it is.
Did we just see what we think we saw? Was this a replay of the Miami Dolphins game?
No,
This is going to be returned for a touchdown by DeMatha.
Number 5.
I don't believe it was.
Number 5 is Robert Stevens III, who is in on special teams, found the ball and picked it up, took it across the goal line for a DeMatha touchdown. Let's see here. I'm watching the replay on our screen. And yes, he kicked it right off his own player's backside. And that's going to go down as a 28-yard return by Robert Stevens III.
I do not want to be in that special teams room on McNamara on Monday.
Yeah, we had wondered if those slow snaps would potentially wreak havoc, and this time it finally caught up to him.
And guess what time it is? The running clock has arrived. I think 35.
No, well, 30. It needs to be 35-point lead. It has to be a 35-point lead.
I forgot about
so
that.
not a running clock just yet, but with that extra point, it is 35-6 DeMatha.
I gotta wonder whose idea was it to make the cheerleaders do push-ups when DeMatha scores? Shouldn't you do the push-ups when McNamara scores?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe they figured.
Some are just like.
Maybe they figured
yeah.
they'd get a better
Yeah.
workout when DeMatha scores.
Yeah.
You know? It's gonna happen a little more frequently.
I do feel bad for McNamara's cheerleaders right now. You know. I mean,
They still seem cheerful.
yeah, they do.
Full credit to them.
Well, that's what cheerleaders are supposed to be.
I mean, I know I wouldn't be cheerful. I'd be upset.
Yeah.
I might have gone home.
Yeah.
So Peterson will line up at the 40-yard line this time. No penalty on the extra point attempt.
That's good.
And he will put this one into the air. And it's going to bounce and go out of bounds. So that will be a penalty, an illegal kick out of bounds on the DeMatha kicker, Jackson Peterson. And McNamara will get some free yardage without having to worry about the return or get a chiropractor appointment tomorrow.
A lot more yellow laundry in the second quarter. First quarter was cleanly played. A few more penalties here. I'd like to see it get back to fewer of that and more touchdowns.
So a little bit different rules than in the NFL where the ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. Here in high school, the ball is placed at the 35-yard line on the illegal kick out of bounds, and that is where McNamara will take over 1st and 10.
But I thought in week 2 we had discovered if it goes out of bounds like further up the field, they put it at the 45 because we were running our hypothesis with that.
So maybe it's a 20 or 25-yard penalty?
It might be an add-on, yeah. I'm not really.
I didn't see exactly where the ball went out of bounds. It was either around the 5, the 15, or the 10.
We probably should have figured that out by now.
Probably should have. Instead, that pass, nice short pass, is going to be complete for about a 5-yard gain up along the top sideline on your screen.
Well, there was one of those free samples.
Yeah, and I would like to see more of that in general.
That's what you were saying that they should have done on that 4th and 2 just a few moments ago.
Which they decided to get the punt blocked instead.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, take the 5 yards when they're available. Stay on schedule. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a 5-yard gain on first down. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And Miguel climbs the pocket, finds a man, and that's going to be enough for a first down for McNamara. I believe that was number 2?
Yeah, Wesley Sweeney.
Yep, Wesley Sweeney with a nice catch over the middle.
It's the second time that Miguel has shown some good athleticism and be able to throw on the run accurately.
And DeMatha is leaving some open space in the middle of the field if McNamara can find and take advantage of it. They haven't done a great job of that so far today, but we have seen a few plays where they have gotten it done. See here with under 3 minutes to go in the first half if McNamara can put together a scoring drive. First, they need to cross the 50-yard line. They're about 4 yards away right now as Miguel is going to try and run straight up the middle, but there was nowhere to go, and he's going to lose a yard, maybe 2 yards, in fact, back to the 44-yard line. There is a flag on the play.
He was looking for one of those free samples.
Oh, yeah.
He was looking for a free sample at the end of the aisle, but I ended up finding Entenmann's.
So a face mask is the call against DeMatha.
Entenmann's catching some strays here on the broadcast. Wow.
They're good, but they're not free samples. That's the problem.
That's a good point. So you're saying Entenmann's needs to set their game up and start giving away free samples.
I'll take a free donut.
You know their names, so they don't need to give away free samples.
But I'd like them. I'd probably buy more.
We just want free meals.
Yeah.
Just everybody give free samples, and then there you go.
So I don't know if that was a face mask because that was only 5 yards, but McNamara with the pass and catch, and they do cross the 50-yard line. It's going to set up a second down and 5.
That was an impressive 5 yards. This sort of almost crawl.
I think he only gained 3 though, because I'm pretty sure they started that play on the 49-yard line. So I'm a little bit confused over how they're figuring out these down and distances right now.
Empty backfield.
Yep, 3 wide receiver splits to the bottom of your screen and 2 to the top. Miguel alone in the backfield. Let's see if he's going to throw. Instead, he's going to try and run.
Yeah.
And it looks like, I think that was number 9 once again for the Stags. Coming in to make that play, Emmett Laws. Jason Moore may have been in on that stop as well. But Noah Miguel, nothing doing, taken down behind the line of scrimmage, back behind the 50-yard line, and it's going to set up a 3rd and 8. .53 seconds to go in the first half, running under 50 seconds now. See the in-house clock. It is into the backfield. Cortez Harris again getting to the quarterback, and he came out of nowhere that time. What a great play by Cortez Harris.
Miguel just has no chance back there with DeMatha's pass rush, getting home pretty much every time. I feel like they should take advantage of his ability to throw on the run, maybe move the pocket a little bit, run some bootlegs or something like that, but they seem to be content with just dropping back and playing traditional pocket passer football, and it's just not working.
Yeah, they should use the play-action pass much more often.
Yep.
Well, McNamara does not have to snap the ball here. The clock, it's skipping a little bit in the stadium, but it is accurate, and we have reached halftime of this game. DeMatha 35, McNamara 6. We will take a short break here. We will be back for the second half of action momentarily. Thanks so much for joining us here on DM Stags TV. And welcome back to homecoming action for the DeMatha Stags here on DM Stags TV. DeMatha leading Bishop McNamara 35-6 at the half. We're about a minute away from second half action. Steven, takeaways from the first half on the DeMatha offensive side. What have you liked the most besides Gerald Campbell? We already talked about him earlier.
The running game's great. Other than there's a little bit of a fumbling problem, but when you're up 35-6, it doesn't matter too much.
It does if you want a running clock.
Well, that is true, yes. The running clock is hopefully imminent, but you never know. But the running game has been fine so far. So I think that's the highlight point. Run the ball, and the yards just come with it.
Eric, what stood out the most to you in this game so far?
Definitely the pass rush on defense, getting home on the quarterback. McNamara's inability to protect their quarterback in the pocket to create a traditional pocket for him, and not really their ability to adjust to the fact that they can't stop DeMatha's rush and to maybe run a few more play-action plays or something like that. I think that's the difference in their inability to move the football.
Well, Jason Moore has had a pretty good night so far, but it seems like he's really been the focus for McNamara's offensive line, is trying to keep him at bay, and because of that, Cortez Harris has been feasting. 3 sacks already on the day for Harris.
He's been great at that. Well, I guess he's not Stag. Nathaniel Owosu is at that defensive end position so far today.
So just moments away from second half action. You can see DeMatha out there doing their warm-ups. McNamara was out just a few moments ago going through their warm-ups after the halftime break. And we should be getting underway momentarily. DeMatha kicked off to start the game, so they will be receiving to begin the second half. 6 points. That's all we need, gentlemen, and a running clock awaits. See if we can get it here on this first drive of the second half.
It's the elusive running clock.
Yeah.
We haven't had one yet this year. We came very close a few weeks ago. It was 34-0, but we missed an extra point. The worst way to miss out on a running clock.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we were pretty deep into the fourth quarter at that point anyway. Yeah. It didn't make a huge difference. Here, we would already have a running clock if it was not for that fumble that was returned 40 yards by Heyman with 7:50 to go in the first half. DeMatha scoring a 31-yard touchdown strike from Denzel Gardner to Gerald Campbell. 17-yard touchdown run by Brendan Wyatt. A 6-yard touchdown run by Denzel Gardner. A 90-yard kickoff return by Dante Lovett, and then a 28-yard punt block return touchdown by Robert Stevens III. Those are the 5 touchdowns that the DeMatha Stags have scored so far in this homecoming contest as we get set for the second half kickoff.
DeMatha has the cornucopia of scoring today. Other than a defensive touchdown, they've got everything imaginable.
Well, time to fill out that last little bit then, maybe.
Yeah.
First, let's get a touchdown on this offensive drive.
Yeah, make Thanksgiving a little better here.
And the kick, a short one, fielded at the 23-yard line. And that was by one of the up men. Trying to see who that was because it was not somebody that we are used to seeing return a kick. And it looks like it – oh, maybe it was somebody we were used to seeing return a kick because that was number 14.
Yeah.
That was Christian Tate, usually lined up deep to return in those situations. Instead, he was a little further up. Maybe DeMatha knew that the kick was going to be short.
The foresight there
yes.
is genius.
Yeah, because I noticed it was a very awkward-looking return to catch the ball that far upfield towards the sideline, and they did a really nice job of sort of redirecting and not just committing to running up the sideline, but also trying to get back towards the middle of the field where the blocking is, and they were able to get good field position for this first drive.
Yep, DeMatha will start here at the 39-yard line. Denzel Gardner still in the game. So is Tovani Mizell in the backfield. And the handoff. No, that's not Tovani Mizell. Somebody else has some orange shoes. That is Bud Coombs, number 22. I thought I saw a number a little bit too far to the side of the jersey. I couldn't tell for sure at the angle. But Bud Coombs with a big run up the middle, and it looks like a McNamara player is on the ground and hurt. So we've got a timeout on the field as the trainers come out to attend to him. But DeMatha will have a first down. They went from their own 39-yard line to the McNamara 39-yard line on that play.
I think orange cleats just add an extra yard at the end of the play.
Well, that's 22 yards
knows?
for number 22.
Yeah.
Bud Coombs, nice run there. His first carry of the day.
The ball was spotted at the 44.
Oh, you're right. 17 yards for number 22. That doesn't sound quite as nice.
I'm sorry, I ruined the vibe.
You did.
Sorry, being correct sometimes comes with some penalties, and that's one of them right there. Doesn't flow as nicely.
Is that where they say facts don't care about your feelings?
We're not going to go there.
But this would actually be an appropriate time to pull that one out.
I mean, you could easily flip this and say your feelings don't care about my facts. Just stick with what you want.
I think that's what most people would say in that
Yeah.
situation. Anyway, we'll get back to the action on the field. The injured player has been attended to, and they've gotten him off to the sideline. DeMatha will resume here, 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
No Gerald Campbell on the bottom. He's been lining up there all game.
Yeah, no, instead I believe that's number 16, Alvin Thornton.
Oh, there goes
and
Bud.
there is another run by Bud Coombs, and he's
flag
going
on
to
the
tuck
play.
and roll to the 30-yard line. But yes, as Eric said, there is some dirty laundry on the field.
The flag just wants to compliment the orange cleats.
The way the Stags are walking back toward the original line of scrimmage would indicate that they think this is going to be against them. But the officials still have not finished their convening down there near the 40-yard line.
It's like they're doing the Macarena down there. They've got one hand going here, one going there.
I'm not sure what the discussion is. If it was a procedural penalty, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holding.
and it looks like finally the conference is over, and it is holding against DeMatha, and it's going to be declined?
That doesn't
No,
make sense.
why would
Well,
you
why?
decline that?
And plus, the flag came at the snap, so holding doesn't really make sense. There we go.
Okay, so
Holding against DeMatha.
so he, I guess they, well, I'm very confused about why this was declined, because if it was declined, the play would have stood, right?
Yeah.
So it wounds up being a 5-yard penalty. So I believe that was either, it wouldn't have been a false start. They
yeah.
would have played it, called it dead. So I'm guessing that was an illegal motion. Yeah. In any case, it's going to be, oh, so you know what? That's what it was. It was 2 penalties. There was a hold. They declined that for whatever reason to take the 5-yard.
Probably because the hold was downfield.
Yeah.
And so they would have given up more field position.
There we go.
Now they're 1st and 15.
First down and long, Stags. Bud Coombs still in the game. Denzel Gardner takes the snap,
High snap
gives it
again.
off, and Coombs, room to run up the gut, and
Oh.
more laundry on the field. Another flag comes in.
Or is that just a shred of McNamara's jersey?
No, that was a flag.
I know, I'm joking.
If you're going to wear yellow jerseys, why would you not wear, is it maroon or burgundy? Whichever color it is, why would you not have the numbers in that color?
Yeah. The yellow-white combination doesn't really fit.
So that penalty will be against the Mustangs, and it will result in a huge gain for DeMatha on top of what was already a pretty nice run up the gut by Bud Coombs. DeMatha will have a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. We'll call it the 24-yard line. I was trying to say 23, came out 33, but they're at the 24-yard line anyway.
One of those lines.
Gardner takes the snap, another high one, gets
Cool.
it down to Bud Coombs. He's going to take it to about the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Not a whole lot doing, but a few yards on the ground there for the Stags.
Good hit by Kendrick Young for McNamara. Oh, you can feel it. That running clock it's within
It's
grasp.
Right there. It's teasing me right
Oh, yeah.
Almost in the red zone are the Stags. Gardner and Coombs in the backfield. Just 2 wide receivers on the field here. Gardner gives it off. Coombs
There you go.
has
He's
a running
gone.
lane. Will he get there? Yes,
Yes,
he
he
will. Touchdown, Bud Coombs. No, they're calling him out at the 1.
That's disagreeable.
I don't know about that, but
Let's see.
Let's take a look on the replay here.
check the tape.
From the 22-yard line.
Well, it's got the
here we
QB
go.
sneak
Yeah,
here.
quick
so.
QB sneak here. I don't know
No
if he
good?
got it,
Yeah, I
though.
don't
He
think
got
he did.
stood up. And
Yeah,
maybe he
just
did go
barely,
out.
yeah.
I guess he did just get out of bounds. So good call by the officials there, and a little bit short on the QB keeper by Denzel Gardner. So DeMatha is going to have to do it again here. 2nd and goal, just inches away from that running clock.
I can just feel it. I'm so excited for this. It's like Christmas morning. Not another QB sneak attempt here.
No, they're in the shotgun.
Oh,
and
what are you doing?
ball snapped way over
Throw
Gardner's
it.
head.
Throw it. Oh,
And
There's gonna be
Gardner
men
going to
downfield.
try and get away, but wow.
that,
It's impressive just to keep his feet there, but he's going to wind up getting hurt the way he's trying to keep that
Yeah.
play alive. And
I think that
McNamara
was
finally
Coombs.
takes him down back near the 30-yard line. We'll see what the officials rule as far as forward progress.
Looks like it's spotted around the 25. I think
Yeah.
that's accurate because that's where he first was grabbed.
I think we spoke the running clock out of existence there, gentlemen.
I know.
We wanted it too much.
They may have to blame us on that one. We jinxed it. Can't be doing that. We put the kibosh on it, as Al Michaels would say.
Or, they could just get it all back right now and score
Yeah.
a 25-yard touchdown.
Is Gerald Campbell on the field right now?
I think
it looks
he's
like
at
he
the
is.
bottom.
Yep, split
Yep.
out at the bottom of our screen. One of 3 receivers
Watch
down
for-
there,
Oh.
but
Start.
Gerald. Okay, I need to stop mentioning anybody by name because
Yeah.
that was Gerald Campbell who false started. I'm just gonna be quiet until this
Yeah.
play actually starts, and maybe even after that.
You're just abdicating your responsibility
Yeah.
because you're frustrated. It's nice.
I will say, just watching that game yesterday was frustration. Oh,
Gardner's pass is taken in by Christian Tate, and he'll work it up past the 20-yard line, but it is going to be 4th down and goal from just outside the 20-yard line. And it does not look like the Stags are bringing Jackson Peterson onto the field, so DeMatha is going to go for it on 4th and goal, 22 yards from pay dirt.
I guess they really want that running clock, too.
yeah.
Good snap. Gardner puts it in the air toward the end zone for Christian Tate, but the defense there keeps him from the ball, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Stags.
Yeah, good coverage by McNamara there. They knew there's only one place DeMatha could go with it, which is in the end zone, and they took that route away and just didn't work out. Those high snaps finally caught up to DeMatha with one going over Gardner's head and really messed that drive up. I mean, 2nd goal from the 1 to 4th and goal from the 21. Not great.
No.
From their own 22-yard line, it's Christian McNamara.
So McNamara will take over after DeMatha turns it over on downs. The give to the running back, and there was no edge set by the offensive line. DeMatha swarms to the ball and takes him down for a short loss.
Just not enough speed for McNamara there, so.
So we've got a 2nd down and 12 to go for McNamara. And that pass is picked off.
Yeah.
Hey, there's your defensive touchdown.
There it
Hopefully
is.
it's complete.
And we got
And a
running
running clock.
Oh,
It's
my.
amazing.
And a running clock.
Okay, so We wanted it too much on offense, but we spoke this one into existence before the half, so I'll take it.
Trying to see his number, but everybody is swarming him too much. Here he comes over here, number 27 for the Stags with the interception. That is Jacob Wallace, who is getting the start today because DeAndre Ricks is out.
Wallace was all over that route. He jumped it immediately. McNamara had no idea that he was sitting there. And great play. And we've got our running clock.
And Jackson Peterson makes it 36. 42-6 is now the score. 26-yard interception return by Jacob Wallace.
All different touchdowns today. You've got your mashed potatoes of a defensive return for a touchdown. You've got a turkey for, I mean, just whatever. Just name a food and you've got a touchdown for it on Thanksgiving.
I feel like mashed potatoes is more critical than defensive touchdown, but
yeah, that is true.
Maybe you can throw something else in there, you know, if you're into sweet potatoes.
Green beans.
There you go.
Yeah.
We're not even to Halloween yet. We're doing Thanksgiving here.
So an
I guess
absolutely.
you've got your Kit Kats and your M&M for your touchdowns.
There you go. Booyah. We could do whatever you need us to do. Halloween, Thanksgiving. If they had football in the spring, we'd do Easter. It'd be great.
So a fantastic job by Jacob Wallace to jump that route. Jackson Peterson puts up the kickoff inside the 10 near the 5-yard line. That is where McNamara will try to return this from.
Big hit.
And a huge hit down near the 15. McNamara is going to take over on offense right around the 16-yard line.
Running into a brick wall there.
Sort of a continuation of what we've seen on special teams as well. DeMatha's been very good on the coverage, and McNamara had maybe one good return so far, but most of the time they've been in the wrong area, haven't been able to get past the 20 on their returns.
And it looks like we've got a timeout on the field for DeMatha, which that's just going to continue taking time off the clock at this point. Or does the clock stop for a timeout, I guess, in this situation? Even during a running clock, the clock stops for a timeout.
That would
Too
make
bad.
sense.
Yeah.
It's called a timeout, right? Like
It is called a timeout,
timeout.
but we're in a running clock situation, you know? So I thought maybe, you know.
Well, you can always hope.
I guess it would be kind of messed up if DeMatha could keep the clock running by calling a timeout in this situation. Maybe if McNamara called a timeout, it'd be fair to keep it running.
Sort of like like when the Titans played the Patriots a few years ago in the playoffs. Remember the Mike Vrabel false start incident?
Yep,
Yeah.
I sure do. That one I do remember, Steven. All right, so we will resume play here. McNamara taking over, 1st and 10 from just outside their own 15-yard line.
Oh.
And a hard count may have gotten some movement on the defensive line. DeMatha trying to say that it was not on them, and it looks like they are right. This is a 5-yard offensive penalty on the false start. They might have actually gotten the quarterback on that one. His hands jerked quite a bit. You can't do that if you're a quarterback in the shotgun.
I'm pretty sure that was a defensive penalty. They moved the ball up.
Oh, sorry.
Number
You're
27 on DeMatha, Jacob Wallace.
I'm inverting everything right
oh,
now.
oh.
High pass, incomplete, out of the reach of number 5, the intended target, Austin Palmer.
A lot of traffic there. Kind of threw it up into, there's a couple of receivers downfield, but also 3 or 4 DeMatha Stags ready there to close the gap. Just kind of a desperate heave, especially on 1st and 5. You'd think that they would come with something a little bit more conventional, but they're also down 42-6, so willing to take their shots whenever they can think they might be able to find them.
That also could have been a result of this being a different quarterback. TJ Bannister, who we haven't seen since the very first drive of the game, is back in at quarterback, number 17 for McNamara. So he may have been a little cold after not attempting a pass since early in the game. This pass is complete. A little swing pass out to the left side, the top of your screen. That's going to get McNamara past the 25-yard line, and it looks like that is going to move the chains.
Yeah, it's a nice little play there. I guess they figured on 1st and 5 to take a shot and then didn't get it, so let's just make sure we move the chains on this play.
This ball is right around the 27-yard line, maybe 28-yard line for McNamara. Man in motion. I believe that was Queen. Instead,
Is that a forward
that's a legal
pass?
hit.
Yeah.
But man, that was wicked to look at.
Directs to TJ Bannister.
Oh, my.
Football ends up out of bounds. He spotted at the 24-yard line.
Well, nobody was hurt on that play, miraculously, and McNamara is going to set up to do it again, as I guess they ruled that a backward pass, because it's going to be 2nd down and 14 to go for McNamara. TJ Bannister still in at quarterback.
Yeah, it looked like he maybe shoveled it forward, but it also wasn't a pass play.
Oh,
And that one is picked off, and this one is Christian Tate, who is playing defense today. And Christian Tate has his own pick 6. Back-to-back pick 6s for the DeMatha defense. First Jacob Wallace, and now Christian Tate. 2 players that we have not seen play very much on the defensive side of the ball this season. Wallace at least is normally a defender.
Yeah.
But Christian Tate, we've seen him catch touchdown passes. We've seen him return kicks for touchdowns. Now we're seeing him with a pick 6.
McNamara tried to hit a little quick out, but the quarterback left the ball inside. Easy pickings for Tate, and it's 6 going the other way.
Great reads by both corners. They could just see it coming, jump the route.
The kick is up and good.
No
Following the Christian Tate pick 6. We're going to call that officially a 28-yard interception return for a touchdown.
No more adventurous point afters since our crossbar incident.
Yeah, we're 7 for 7.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good fantasy day for a kicker.
Yeah.
Got to mix in some field goals, though.
Oh my, I feel bad for Seton at this point. Those push-ups they're getting.
I still don't understand why
yeah.
they're being punished for DeMatha playing well.
Yeah.
Seems counterintuitive.
So the kickoff from Jackson Peterson,
Oh,
almost over the returner's head, but he
catch,
fields
though.
it at the
Yeah.
5. Only takes it for about an 11-yard gain on the return, make it 12 yards up to the 17. That is where McNamara will set up to do it again. We are coming up on the 1-minute mark of the second half as we still have a running clock. Clock is still skipping quite a bit here in the stadium, but it is continuing to run, we assure you, ladies and gentlemen.
Returning to the McNamara 17-yard line where the Mustangs pick up the football again. 1st and 10.
McNamara should just treat the rest of the game as if it's a practice. I mean, the shot of winning is long gone, so you might as well do some trick plays and reach into the bottom of the barrel of the playbook and see what you have.
Inside of 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter of play, it is 49-6 Stags. And now they have a little bit of breathing room in terms of keeping the running clock going, even if McNamara scores again. This pass way out to the side, and swimming to the ball. DeMatha will make the stop. And they're going to lose about a yard, maybe a yard and a half on that play. We'll call it 2nd and 12 for McNamara following that pass. And we'll see if they will run another play here.
Doesn't look like
They
they're in
don't
any
need
hurry.
to,
yeah.
and there really isn't much reason to. Got 5 seconds.
2.
And that will
One,
do
yeah.
it here for the third quarter of action. They will reset on the far side of the field. And we'll do one more here, ladies and gentlemen. 49-6 Stags. Let's run through the scores for DeMatha so far today. A 31-yard touchdown pass from Denzel Gardner to Gerald Campbell. A 17-yard touchdown run by Brendan Wyatt. And a 6-yard touchdown run by Denzel Gardner, all in the first quarter, 21-0 at the end of that period. Then a 40-yard fumble return touchdown by Heyman for Bishop McNamara made it 21-6 about halfway through the second quarter, followed immediately by a 90-yard kickoff return by Dante Lovett, and then later in the second quarter, a 28-yard punt block return touchdown by Robert Stevens III, and that made it 35-6 at the half. We got the running clock after a 26-yard pick six by Jacob Wallace with 7:40 to go in this third quarter, and then a 28-yard pick six by Christian Tate with 3:34 left in the period made it 49-6, and we've got a running clock through the fourth quarter for you.
Woohoo!
This is what we dreamed about.
Yeah.
It's a lot of scoring and no field goals, unlike last night's Thursday night game.
Oh, my.
We did finally get a Thursday night touchdown, though.
You did. I mean,
We got 2.
That's true.
Yeah.
We did get 2.
but does that qualify on the game level? I
If you lower the standard enough, it might.
Is that a completed catch? I think it might be. They are ruling it a completion on the sideline. A really nice pitch and catch on the rollout, and I think that was number 10 for Bishop McNamara. If it was, then that was Mason Samuels with a catch along the sideline up to the 25-yard line. That will make it 3rd and short for the Mustangs. Call it about 2 yards to go.
The Stags have basically let Mason Samuel have as much room as he wants to run his routes today. They've been covering him very lightly.
He was pretty well covered on that play, though.
Yes, but in previous instances.
Empty backfield. 3 receivers split to the bottom of your screen. 2 to the top.
They're going to have one man open at least on the bottom.
That was just a nice bull rush on the defensive line, pushing the offensive lineman back into the quarterback, TJ Bannister, essentially sacking him with his own offensive lineman.
Yeah, it looked like the quarterback was ready to make a quick throw to the left, but either mishandled the ball or didn't like what he saw. Had to bring the ball back in, and then the rush got home and ended up getting knocked over.
So on 4th and 10, McNamara is going to send out their punt unit.
Oh, no. I hope they get a good punt this time.
Rooting for it.
Yeah.
Best snap we've seen tonight, and a decent punt, pretty high. Good rotation on it.
Yeah.
And that's going to put DeMatha back near midfield, but they will be in plus territory at about the McNamara 48-yard line.
Well, we got to see a good punt.
Yeah.
The next time you will see us here on DM Stags TV will be 2 weeks from tonight as DeMatha takes on Clarkson North, a team from up in Canada, coming down for that game. And then a week after that, DeMatha will play their final home game of the season against Good Counsel. That will be on Flow Football for you all to watch. It will not be covered by DM Stags TV. So just one more game this football season with us. 2 weeks from tonight, be sure to tune in for that game. The handoff here is to Bud Coombs, who makes some nice moves, makes some men miss, and he goes all the way. 48-yard touchdown run by Bud Coombs on the first play of the drive.
Just top to bottom offensive execution. Great push by the offensive line to create the hole. And then Coombs made 2 guys miss in the secondary, and then he was gone.
Here's the extra point.
See if we can make 8 great here.
Snap the hold, and the kick is good. 8 for 8.
Love it.
Jackson Peterson killing it tonight. And it is a 50-point lead, 56-6 for the Stags. I can't remember the last time I saw 56 points on the scoreboard for DeMatha. And would you believe that that is the first offensive touchdown we've seen in this game since 1 minute and 31 seconds to go in the first quarter? It was 21-0 at that point. It's now 56-6. And that is our first offensive touchdown since then. Quite something.
Yeah. I give the McNamara cheerleaders credit. They're still doing their best to cheer on their team.
They had a nice little dance contest going on there, too. I mean, they're having fun. We're having fun. Everybody can have fun.
Yeah.
It looks like they're not making the cheerleaders do 56 push-ups right now, which, is probably, fair.
Once it became a 50 burger, they said enough's enough. I'm surprised they still have the energy to cheer, too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of push-ups. I couldn't do that many. No chance.
So the clock continuing to run as we keep marching toward the end of this game. Apparently somebody is calling our fantasy football league chat.
I think Alex Mayo might have had a pocket dial or a fat finger or something, but we're a little busy.
High kick there as a
Good
balloon.
move.
A balloon enters our field of vision. I don't know if it's going to make it into the camera.
No, it's just too high. Well, there's our aerial coverage.
We should have tied a camera to it.
Yeah.
At least a GoPro.
Hopefully someone wrote Goodyear on it, too.
Oh, no. There it is.
Oh, there we go.
So it
Yep.
it did make it
Gotta
onto the
make it.
screen.
Nice
All
job.
right. It wasn't just me seeing it. It's always good to know that I'm not crazy.
Well, we saw it, too. We should have just not said anything and be like, Corey, what are you talking about?
McNamara takes over 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Handoff, running up the middle, and nothing there. See who that was as the backups are in. So
Reggie Jones.
Yeah, nice job by Reggie Jones there. Reginald Jones III.
A couple nice cuts out of the backfield by the tailback to prevent it from being a complete disaster, but DeMatha was all over the play from the start. That play was never going to be anything special at all.
Just back to the line of scrimmage. No further. 2nd down and 10. And another handoff. And it almost looked like the quarterback was going to come up and block for the running back on a handoff out of the backfield.
Little Carson Wentz action. He's been throwing some mean blocks lately. He's thrown more mean blocks than he has good throws. So, yeah.
So, positive play there. About 5-yard gain, and we will have 3rd down and 5 for the Mustangs.
That was a good cutback by the running back there, too.
It was.
He's showing a little bit of wiggle back there.
Jaden Queen alone split out wide to the bottom of your screen as a man goes in motion, and McNamara will hand off again.
Oh,
and
again,
a nice
another good
cutback
move.
inside, but this time DeMatha able to contain on the edge,
Sideline
and
fired
he
up.
has nowhere to go, only a yard gain. It's going to be 4th down and 4 here. Will they go for it?
I hope so. I mean, you can't do anything at this point, but you might as well.
It's like they're leaving the offense maybe on the field.
They're switching a lot of people out, and yep, they will in fact send the punter back out on the field, Keontae Glenn.
Well, he boomed the last one, so
Yeah.
stay hot.
See if they can get another good snap. We are under 4 minutes to go. The snap, pretty good one. Glenn
Oh, nice
with a
job.
nice boot,
Yeah.
and nobody is back there.
No
Takes a
return man, yep.
McNamara bounce. It's going to go back almost to the 20. I kind of died there a little bit quicker than I thought it would, but still inside the 25-yard line. That is where DeMatha will start what figures to be their last drive of the game.
Good for Keontae Glenn. He's improved throughout the game. So,
Right up over here. Yeah.
And it looks like we've got a new quarterback in the game for DeMatha.
There's JJ.
Yep. John Brabazone. He was the long snapper today in Noah Vitko's absence. He's going to hand off here on the first play of the drive.
He's killing it as the long snapper, man.
Yeah.
Give him his due.
Hey, 8 for 8. Definitely got to give some kudos to the long snapper, especially when it's a role he has not been used to filling this season. We'll call that a 2-yard gain for the Stags.
Kareem Robinson, I'm happy to see him in the game.
Yeah. No, definitely good to see Remy out there getting some carries. Mostly playing in that fullback position, but now he gets to come back, share the backfield with J.J. Brabazone, who's going to roll out and dump it off to, is that Terez Davis?
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 99, Terez Davis. We haven't gotten to call his name a whole lot this season, but he's in there at tight end.
Well, we've seen the Fridge run for a touchdown in a Super Bowl, but haven't seen that before. That was pretty interesting.
That's enough for a first down and then some up to the 40-yard line.
Got downfield pretty quickly. Nice speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, call that about a 16-yard gain. 14 yards, actually.
I'd be absolutely terrified trying to tackle him.
Brabazone keeps it this time, and
That
he
was a
gets a
good
nice
run,
pickup
yeah.
past the 45. Gets more than half of the yardage they need for another first down. Make it a 7-yard gain for Brabazone. Only need about 2 more plays here for the Stags as we are inside of a minute 20 to go in the fourth quarter.
Is Terez Davis still on the field?
I believe he is.
Oh, that's great.
Brabazone gives it off. Remy Robinson with the carry, and he's taken down in the backfield that time for what looked like about a 1-yard loss.
Someone lost their shoe there. Yeah.
So third down coming up for DeMatha, and this should be the last play of the game, unless McNamara decides to call a timeout after it.
I think
Yeah.
they're ready to be done. I know I would be.
Victory
Yeah,
formation.
victory formation.
Brabazone takes a knee, and that is going to do it. DeMatha with a massive 56-6 victory in their homecoming game against Bishop McNamara. Terrific game from all phases by DeMatha. Only the one mistake on that handoff between Denzel Gardner and I believe it was Tovani Mizell on the field for that play. Neither of them seemed to know what the other one wanted to do with the football. Left it on the field, and it was taken advantage of by Heyman. But besides that, just about a flawless game for DeMatha. Any takeaways from you guys before we get out of here?
Yeah, fitting for a very complete game for Bill McGregor's 300th victory. I mean, just outstanding.
Yeah. And they almost had 300 points, too, so.
Yes, if you hadn't said anything, that was going to be how I was going to close the show today. Bill McGregor with his 300th win, one of 4 coaches in Maryland high school football history to reach that number. What a terrific career for Bill McGregor as it continues. He'll be marching on to try and get win number 301 next week. But for now, we're going to sign off here for DM Stags TV. We'll be back in 2 weeks with our next home game against Clarkson North. Be sure to tune in for that one. And until then, so long, and thank you for watching.